Denmark is the Scandinavian country comprising the Jutland Peninsula and numerous islands. It's linked to nearby Sweden via the Øresund Bridge. Copenhagen is the capital, is home to the royals. Ken from Travel the World with Thorkenn. If you are new for my channel, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and click notification bell so that you will be notified if I uploaded my travel experience video. Enjoy watching Ken from Travel the World with Thorkenn. Copenhagen is one of the Northern Europe's most charming cities, overflowing with history, culture, and sights. It's easy to feel many days here strolling in the photogenic canal district of Nyhavn, around Kongens Nytorv, the King's New Square, and through Myriad Museum and elegant palaces. The city's dynamic design and culinary scenes draw visitors too. Galleries, furniture stores, and chic boutiques abound, and do super restaurants and cafes to cozy up during the cold winter months. One of the best way for visitors to see the city may be via the Hey Captain boat, which takes passengers through all the canals of Copenhagen. The storytelling and the scenery are magical. It's just like being in the Hans Christian Andersen's fairy tale. It is the first impressions to visitors what Copenhagen can offer. You can see also some of the Copenhagen's architecture design, stunning views of the Opera House. Nyhavn, situated in the central Tivoli neighborhood. This bustling area once served as Copenhagen's commercial port. Today, the region features a variety of eateries inside its restored homes, some of which were built in the late 600s. In fact, a few famous artists and writers formerly live in Nyhavn, including Heinrich Gustav Ferdinand Holm, a painter and an engraver best known for his Copenhagen depictions, a Hans Christian Andersen who penned fairy tales like The Little Mermaid and The Ugly Duckling. There's a reason 17th century Nyhavn appears on some postcards and travel brochures. One of the most beautiful places in Europe, this picture's perfect waterfront district runs from Kongens Nytorv to the harbor and is framed by a colorful townhouses and boats bobbing in the canal. Bike bridge, the slope is gradually allowing for 5.4-meter clearance for all the boats, and the opening mechanisms are hidden in the piers to give the illusions of an uninterrupted line. To open the bridges to swimming sections pivot horizontally to allow marine traffic to pass. Copenhagen is very much a city made for bikes, and the bridges are no exemption. Jump in the saddle and go for a ride across the harbor. Here are the bridges. has been fixed on the Copenhagen's waterfront since 1913. Although some visitors say this stage is a bit underwhelming to see, others recommend making the trek to it. Sitting in the harbor views and its best features, tourists regularly flock here. So if you are hoping for a photo op, consider arriving early or late in the day. Christian IV built the tower in the early 17th century, at the time when Denmark was famous for its astronomical achievement. Thanks to the astronomer Tycho Brahe, after Brahe's death in 1601, the king built the tower as a way to continue Brahe's research. Today, the observatory is still used by amateur astronomers and many visitors, and it is the oldest functioning observatory in Europe. It is the right at the top of the tower, accessed via the spiral walk. The observatory is encircled by an outdoor platform offering the magnificent views of the old part of Copenhagen. The observatory isn't the only thing you can visit in the round tower. There are also a grand library hall which also hosts and the entire books collections of the university. Author Hans Christian Andersen used to visit the library and found the inspiration for its work here. It's no longer a library. Located partway up the spiral walk is now the exhibition space hosting displays of art, culture, history, and science. The whole tower is built within the hollow core, which the 12 years old choir boy discovered to this dismay in 1880 when they fell down 25 meters while playing a game of hide and seek. Today, you can look down the hole in a much safer way by standing on the glass floor 25 meters above the ground. The glass is more than 50 meters thick and can carry up to 900 kilograms per square meter. And don't worry, the core boy was rescued. This structure also called to mind the great importance of astronomy during the 17th century. During a time when many countries were involved in colonization, astronomy was actively used for navigation purposes in oceans. Those history will say that Denmark was already famous for achievements related to astronomy even before this iconic tower was built. The whole world walks through the round tower. This summer, a colorful source of inspiration from Japan envelops the library hall in an exhibition curating a large number of long and short kimonos from Henriette Fresh private collections. The Meissen kimono became popular in Japan in the beginning of the 20th century. After a cultural and technological exchange between Japan and the West had made the silk kimono more economically accessible. Earlier, silk kimonos were reserved for the wealthy, but when the Meissen kimono in the middle-class Japanese women were able to afford fashionable silk kimonos in a new, bold design inspired by the European art movements. The hand-picked piece curated in the exhibitions originate from the heyday of the Meissen kimono between 1910 and 1955, where Japanese kimonos artists drew inspiration from the Western art. Traditional figurative motifs were being challenged by the large colorful patterns of compositions, large stylized plurals, and the non-figurative abstractions inspired by art movements such as Art Nouveau, Art Deco, the styles and cubism. In the 1920s and 1930s, this boom in the popularity among middle-class urban women who expressed themselves by dressing in the new design. Later on, these very same kimonos are composition-inspired Western textile design such as Fines Marimi. Beyond the Round Tower, the Trinitatis Church was built in the mid-1600s, and at the same time at the Round Tower Astrological Observatory, which is attached to it and replaced what would otherwise be its bell tower. Trinitatis Church is a part of the Trinitatis complex and was used by the University of Copenhagen for much of the history. The church is accessed through doors to the side which is slightly deceptive and causes by visitors to overlook it. The church is representative of the massive building projects that define Christian the Port Rhine. Located a few blocks north of Strugget in downtown Copenhagen, the Round Tower, completed in 1642, is one of the city's many landmarks built during King Christian IV reign in the 17th century. Designed as an astronomy observatory, the tower still serves the functions in some capacity, but it's the best known for the spectacular city view. The building also features the library hall, the exhibition space, and the music venue. Visitors say that this tower is the architectural marvel, adding that its sunset panorama are especially breathtaking. But if you are out of shape, some cautions that climb to the top might be a little bit strenuous. The Copenhagen Opera House is the national opera house of Denmark and among the most modern opera house in the world. It is also one of the most expensive opera houses ever built at the cost of 2.5 billion DKK. It is located on the island of Holmen in central Copenhagen. The Royal Danish Opera is the home for the unmatched live experience of the opera and symphonic music. The Tivoli Garden is one of the world's oldest amusement park. Freetown Christiana is a little self-governing area within the city. Copenhagen also has the longest pedestrian shopping street in the world, and also there are the more bikes than cars in the city. Copenhagen also is the city will be entirely carbon neutral by 2025. The Little Mermaid statue is built based on the fairy tale, and the story doesn't have a happy ending. Nyhavn is the home to the famous author Hans Christian Andersen. Copenhagen is known for its iconic Little Mermaid statue and the colorful buildings of Nyhavn harbor. The city is also famous for the delicacies pastries such as Danish butter cookies and for being a hub of Scandinavian design. As the vibrant capital city of Denmark, there are plenty Copenhagen is known for. Copenhagen is the unique city characterized by its canal, cycling culture, strong economy, and the happy locals. It is actually known as the being happiest city in the world due to its shorter work days, free college tuition, more vacation days, and level of personal interactions. You can check the other tourist spots that need to visit while you are in Copenhagen. The links will be available in my description down below. Ken from Travel the World with Thorkenn. Thank you for your love and support on my channel. Feel free to leave your comments about what did you saw or any feedbacks that will help my channel to improve in the future. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and click notification bell so that you will be notified if I uploaded my new travel experience video. Stay safe and take care.